We just needed gas. A back road, almost empty tank, no cell signal. Then we saw a hand-painted sign on a crooked tree. Gas, 1 mile. We turned. Gravel became mud as the sun dropped behind the pines. At the end of the track sat a weather-beaten shack with a dented metal sign. Cain Family Processing. Not a station, more like an old farm workshop. But we were desperate. An older man stepped out, heavy boots, weathered apron, oil smudges on his sleeves. "Pumps round back," he said. My brother Jordan followed him. Minutes later, a single ragged shout ripped through the trees. Orchun, we sprinted behind the shack. Jordan was gone. A cellar door gaped open, stale air drifting up. Before we could move, the silence shattered. A deep, grinding motor roared to life below. Then a huge figure surged from the doorway. Taller than any of us, face hidden behind a rough leather mask, both hands clutching a massive, rattling power tool that spun with a harsh metallic whine. Tia froze, Nate shouted. I grabbed her arm and bolted for the tree line. Branches slapped our faces. The engine's roar chased us through the dark. Nate stumbled. He yelled for help, but the noise swallowed his voice. A heartbeat later, the motor cut off. Then came a dull snap and sudden silence. Tia dragged me onward until an old barn appeared through the mist. Padlock half rusted. We forced the door. Inside, moonlight spilled through broken boards. Rows of empty hooks, dusty tools, and weather-stained tarps hanging from the beams. In the center lay Jordan's phone, flashlight still on, screen cracked. Cold air shifted, the barn lights flickered to life. The door slammed. The masked figure stepped inside, dragging the spinning tool across the floorboards, sparks popping in the gloom. I snatched a long steel rod from a workbench. When he lunged, I drove it into his shoulder. Metal against leather, enough to stagger him but not stop him. Tia found a lantern, hurled it. Glass burst, fuel whooshed across dry hay, flames leapt up the walls. Heat and smoke filled the barn. The figure thrashed, engine howling, but the fire climbed faster. We kicked out a side panel, dove into the night, and ran until the blaze was only an orange pulse behind the treetops. By sunrise, we'd flagged down a delivery truck on the highway. We tried to explain, but the driver just shook his head. Cain Land's been bad news for 50 years, he muttered. Lucky you got out. They never found Jordan or Nate. They found the barn, nothing left but charred beams and twisted metal. No sign of the man in the mask. Now, when I travel those back roads, I keep the tank full and the doors locked, because out there, past the last streetlight, the Cain family still waits. And the next empty car will be theirs to claim.